Hello, welcome to our second lesson on digital resilience. In the previous video, we were talking about how to develop emotional intelligence in our children. If you missed it, you can always catch up. Just follow the link below this video. Also, if you like what we're doing and would like to access all educational materials from DigiScope, check out our website and please subscribe to DigiScope's free monthly newsletter. Oh, just remembered, I have some very exciting news I'd like to share with you later in this video. Today is about the second ingredient of digital resilience, the critical thinking. Together, we will be thinking about thinking. As Socrates said, I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. This is our aim as parents, to raise thinking individuals, not to dictate what to think, but rather coach how to think. Why is it especially important in the digital age? Because the digital world is filled with information, not with knowledge or wisdom, but with cold data and also with biased interpretation of the data. It is a very busy, dense and confusing environment, where disjointed pieces of information constantly hit us like invisible particles. It is very hard to make sense of it. Yet, the most sought after skills in humans nowadays are independent problem solving, ability to connect the dots, and to make assumptions and predictions based upon knowledge and experience. More than ever, children need to be able not just to process and understand information, but to be able to analyze, evaluate, contrast, make inferences, and generate new ideas. Critical thinking is a higher level of thinking. It's a higher order. It is also a skill that can be developed. I suggest 5 practical ways to encourage those wonderful skills. First one is questions. Ask open-ended questions. We know that children go through a stage when they are constantly asking questions. And this is fantastic. They are curious, they want to know how everything works. Well, this is also exhausting for parents, those constant, "Mommy, Daddy, why?" Side note, sometimes kids genuinely want to know something, but sometimes they just want an interaction, not even listening to explanation. Do encourage children to answer their own questions if you feel they should have enough background knowledge to figure it out themselves. Just help them to pause and to think. Don't always give them a ready answer, but ask an open-ended question. Critical thinking is not about a gut reaction. If the child asks, "Why the sky is blue?" For younger kids, you can ask them, "Is it always blue?" "No, it's dark at night, pink and orange at sunset." For older children, you can ask them if they know how light works. Talk about different wavelengths, the fact that technically the sunlight carries all colors, and together explore why we majorly see blue. Second one, pause and slow down. It is okay not to be able to explain. Fight the urge to Google it. Don't encourage it as a first reaction in your kids. Reality is complex. Remember that we only got one puzzle piece of information. We can guess the whole picture, but we might be wrong. And sometimes there is simply not enough information. We should be comfortable with temporary mystery, the unexplainable. This encourages exploration. Maybe the child is simply not ready. Remember, answers should be age appropriate. As the child grows, their understanding of the world changes. Children absorb, learn, their brain grows, they get their own experience. Big questions should be answered in small chunks, not forced, but allowed to develop little by little, like we do with conversation about sex and reproduction. Third one, it is all about the process. Encourage independent problem solving. But don't be fanatical about it, like the infamous bean dad who gave the little kid a can of beans the can opener didn't explain how to use it or helped with it, it took 6 hours for the poor hungry kid to open the can. Please don't make your kids starve. But remember, process over result. Like baking a cake together. Allow freedom to experiment. Let them theorize, form hypotheses, prove themselves right or wrong. Allow mistakes. Let our children understand that things take time, skill. There is a process that leads to certain outcome. Please don't leave your kids in a vacuum. Don't just give them books and leave. They learn better when they feel supported. Fourth one, connection. Critical thinking is about cause and effect, about correlation rather than head knowledge. Again, any hands-on play and experimentation will help our children to learn. Riddles, mazes, board game. We have to instill that knowing one fact about something is not enough. First thing I learned about statistics that it is very subjective. Numbers and graphs are easily manipulated. The bigger picture, the better child knowledge about the world, the more rich the experience, then critical thinking will become a second nature. And now I have exciting news for you. Very soon, DigiScope will launch fun video lessons called DigiBytes for kids aged 8 to 14. I dedicate a few sessions to games and activities that help developing critical thinking. There also will be parts about emotional intelligence and how to develop creativity. Follow us for when DigiBytes will be available and how to access them. It will be lots of fun. Well, back to the 5 ways to develop critical thinking. The last one is the context. Teach about the importance of context, the big why. Teach them to find the motive. Who, why, where did the information come from? What language were they using to describe something? Teach to draw from different sources of information, not just one website. And don't devalue talking to people, listening to their opinions. In my view, critical thinking is about actively building the bigger picture, about exploration and freedom. It is also about being able to admit that we cannot know it all. The more I know, the more I realize I know nothing. Socrates again. It is more about unboxing the mind rather than following a system. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, share and follow DigiScope on social media. I value your support. See you again soon.